real estate consultant and expert in the city of Abuja. Let's go straight right into this. What does it cost to buy houses right here in Abuja? What's the cost of house like in Abuja and in different parts of Abuja? If I want to buy a house in Abuja, what should be my budget? Where should I buy from? How will I know the amount I should have in mind when I want to buy? If you have any of those questions, that is beautiful, because in this particular session, I will be telling you how much it costs to buy houses across Abuja, in the different parts of Abuja. So if you have that question, what really does it cost? What's the price of houses in Abuja? You have a video that can tell you what to expect, the price range to have in mind a house in Abuja, then this video will just meet you exactly. With that being said, let's go right into, just so you know, Abuja is not very affordable when it comes to houses. Unlike land, you can get land for as little as 5.8 million naira, 4.7 million naira. But when it comes to houses, buying a house, especially in Abuja, it's not quite the same. And I'm going to be telling you why as well, why it is not that so much very affordable right here in Abuja. I'll be telling you that as well. But before we get to that part, I'll just tell you the cost of houses in different parts of Abuja and how much you should have in mind when talking about these different locations, right? And just so you know, buying a house in Abuja is not just about shelter. It's not just it's a major financial play, because in 2025, I'll just use one location as an example. There was 100% appreciation on properties in this location in Abuja, particular in years, precisely in 2 years, one and a half year actually. The price or cost of buildings and rent as well went 100% up from 3.5 million to like 7 million naira. Places that were 4 million are now 8 million, just like that. So in this video, I'm going to tell you what it costs to get houses in different parts of Abuja. I like to start from the high-priced areas to the more affordable places. I wouldn't say low-priced, more affordable places. And I will be talking about basically 3 kinds of houses here, or let's say 4, but I'll focus more on 3. So I'm going to talk about apartments. Apartments is also what you can refer to as flats, bedroom flats, 3-bedroom flats, 2-bedroom flats, 1-bedroom flats, right? When we talk about apartments, I'm going to be talking about terraces. Terraces are duplexes that are co-joined, often 3 duplexes and above co-joined. If you just see 2 duplexes co-joined, it's likely more of a semi-detached than it is a terrace. Terrace has to do with 3 duplexes co-joined or 4, 5, 6 co-joined. Those are terrace duplexes. I'm going to be talking about apartments, terrace duplexes, and stand-alone duplexes. I wouldn't really say so much about semi-detached. So stand-alone includes 4-bedroom stand-alone duplexes, 5-bedroom stand-alone duplexes, 6-bedroom stand-alone duplexes, and onward. So those are the templates or prototypes I will be talking about in this video. All right, so let's go on. If you're a part of the people who want to buy a house in, say, somewhere like Asokoro, Wusetu, Jabi, or Guzape, and also before I go on, it's important I mention that I'll be focusing more on finished houses anyway, but you can actually see houses that are semi-finished or fully finished, right? But I'll be talking more about fully finished houses. And if you want semi-finished houses, you can send me a DM or reach out to me, and I will let you know where to get this and how to get this. But for this conversation, we're talking about fully finished houses. Finished, not furnished. Fully finished houses. Okay, so let's go on. So you're looking at places like Maitama, Asokoro, Wuse, Jabi, Guzabe. These are high-end areas. These are places that are very close to the 3-arm zone and Aso Rock. These places are in the phase 1 of Abuja. So here, the houses often that are newly built. Even when you see houses that are not newly built, that are old, the value of the location alone makes it also pricey. So you may see a house and say, but this house also looks very modern. This house looks like it's 15 years old. In these locations, it's not just the value of the house you're looking at, we're also looking at the value of the location, right? Now, in somewhere like Asokoro Guzape, we say okay, not Jabi, I won't talk about Jabi here, Maitama, for a 3-bedroom apartment to buy fully finished, you should be looking to spend, for a 3-bedroom apartment, budget 350 million naira for a 3-bedroom apartment. 350 million naira is the least you can find. It goes all the way up. You can even find a 3-bedroom apartment for sale to buy just a unit for like 350, 450. Some even sell as high as 550 million naira for a 3-bedroom. I beg your pardon, excuse me. A 3-bedroom apartment in these areas, Maitama, Asokoro, Wuse 2, and Guzape, that is fully finished. That is the price you should have in mind for these locations. And like I said, it's because of the location, right? And then if you want to buy a 4-bedroom terrace duplex in these areas, you should be looking to spend nothing less than. So it be surprising to know that in these areas for a fully finished, you can spend nothing less than 550 million naira for a fully finished. Oftentimes they are smart homes. They come with smart features. These places, they come with very smart features. So to buy fully finished 4-bedroom terrace in any of these locations, you'll be looking to spend 550 million naira to as high as 900 million naira fully finished, right? And if you want, I beg your pardon, please. And if you want a fully detached, a standalone 5-bedroom duplex, you hardly find 4-bedroom standalones in these areas. Maitama, Asokoro, Wuse, and Guzape, for a 5-bedroom standalone duplex or mansion in these areas, you see them for nothing less than the least you can find. Often it would be maybe on a distress sale. You hardly even see distress sale in these places. But if you find a distress sale of a 5-bedroom duplex here, you are going to be seeing it for nothing less than 800 million naira distress sale. But a fully finished 5-bedroom standalone here, 1 billion naira is a good deal. You see 1 billion naira, 1.2 billion naira, some depending on how tastefully finished it is. If it has all the smart features, all of that, swimming pool, you can see them for as high as 3.5 billion, 4 billion naira for a 5-bedroom fully detached in Asokoro, Maitama, Guzape. 1.2 billion. The least you can find is 800 because it is under distress. But if not under distress, just nicely finished and out in the market, 1.2 billion and upward. That is the amount you should have in mind. And this is because these areas are often under diplomatic demand. What that means is because, Abuja is the capital of Nigeria, the capital city. So it's a place where all the embassies of the world have their offices, right? And when these people come in, they often get houses or apartments or their residence is often in these areas. So this demand makes these areas very pricey, and of course has high security as well. And also talk about political enclaves. Politicians love these areas, and it makes the prices higher. So now let's go on, right? For places like in the phase 2, I've talked about the phases of Abuja in the previous video, in other videos. I may make a video again about it, but just so you know, for someone who's probably just joining now watching this video, Abuja is divided into 5 phases. Phase 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Phase 1 is the most expensive because it's the part that is closest to Aso Villa, the 3 arm zone. It's the part that is closest to this, and the part where development started out from. There's the phase 2, which is next to the phase 1, and it's a little bit less pricier than phase 1. There's phase 3, but that is still opening up. Parts of it have really opened up, but it's still opening up. The major or most popular part of phase 3 is Gwarimpa. Everybody knows Gwarimpa. Gwarimpa is in the phase 3, and there's the phase 4. Phase 4 houses. Is there any popular place in phase 4 that you know? If there's any popular place in phase 4 that you may have heard of, it should be Karsana. Karsana and Kaba. Some people should know Kaba. These are the only places that are, Charity, Kabusa. These places have names. Phase 5 is a place that is opening up, but surprisingly, it has a very popular place. Okay, phase 3 has another popular place, Lokogoma and Galadimawa. These are the popular places of phase 3. Then phase 5 has a very popular place. Everybody knows Lube. Lube. Yes, Lube is in the phase 5. So these are the phase 5 places of Abuja. So going on, I was talking about the phase 2. And here you can find houses for same prototype I'm talking about here. I'm going to be talking about a 1-bedroom apartments, and then talk about terraces and also standalone duplexes. So if you're looking at places like Gwarimpa, Mabushi, Otako, Katampe, Uye, and parts of Jabi. Jabi has the very pricey part. The pricey part of Jabi is the Jabi Lake. The Jabi Lake environs are actually very pricey just because of that lake alone. You can hardly find a 2-bedroom apartment or 3-bedroom apartment in around Jabi Lake for 180 million naira that is fully finished. It's often around 400 million naira. The least you can find is like 350, 400 to 500, 600 million naira for a 3-bedroom apartment around Jabi Lake. But other parts of Jabi that is not around the lake itself, you can find 3-bedroom flats, 3-bedroom apartments, a 3-bedroom apartment for like 180 million naira, 220 million naira for a and also Durumi. Durumi is also a nice place in the phase 2. Durumi as well. Kaura, Kadua, these places for a 4-bedroom terrace duplex that is fully finished. We are working with fully finished in this video. 4-bedroom terrace duplex. The least you can find in these areas should be for nothing less than 250 million naira, fully finished. The least, but most will place it at 300, 450, 500 million naira. But if it's fully, depending on how tastefully finished as well. Some, if they've finished everything down to the wall sockets, and some even put air conditions already, at that standard, you get it nothing less than 500 or 450, 480 million naira. But if it's just fully finished with all electrical fittings and no air conditions and extractors in the kitchen and all, then you can get those ones for like 350 million naira, right? But if it has extractors, fully fitted kitchen, and conditions, you're looking nothing less than 480 to 580 million naira for that kind of finishing in these areas. Okay, and if you're looking at a 5-bedroom fully detached stand-alone in these areas, fully finished, remember that's what we're talking about here, you're looking to spend nothing less than 500 million naira, fully finished, also depending on how tastefully finished it is. If it's really tastefully finished, you're looking at 600, 800 million naira, beautifully finished, right? But the least you can find a 5-bedroom in these areas, the least likely distress is 500 million naira. But if you see 700 million naira, 650 million naira, it's a good deal, a very, very good deal in these areas. And Katampi extension, you can find for like 400 million naira, depending on how well finished it is. But however, if it's a semi-finished, which may be difficult to find, but if it's a semi-finished 5-bedroom duplex standalone, you can get it for around that 480 million, where you now complete the build, complete the inside to your taste. Okay, and that is that about that area. Now looking to, are there more affordable places? Yes, I mentioned Jahi, right? Yes. So when we look at places like Life Camp, Karisana, Lube Airport Road, these places are more affordable. This is because these places are still opening up, infrastructure is still coming up in these places, whereas the other places I've mentioned, Uye, Otako, Mapushi Kado, Durumi, those places, infrastructure is very good. Their roads, they are good. They are underground electricity, check. The drainages check, infrastructure is really good in these areas. But in places in the phase 3, places like Lube, Life Camp, infrastructure is still coming, getting better. That is why the prices here are different and more affordable. So here, bedroom apartments, you can get an apartment for a 3-bedroom apartment, you can get it at 65 million naira. In fact, right now, I know of one in Lokogoma that is currently, it's going to be delivered semi-finished anyway, but with 65 million naira, you can get a 3-bedroom apartment. But if you're looking at a fully finished 3-bedroom apartment in places like Lokokoma, Lube, Karsana, Kabusa, these places you'll be looking to spend for a fully finished, you'll be looking to spend 100 million naira to 180 million naira for a fully finished. Sorry, for a fully finished, you're looking to spend 180 million naira to 250 million naira for a fully finished 3-bedroom apartment. 100 million naira to 120 is for 2-bedroom apartment. For 3-bedroom, you're looking at 180 upwards for a 3-bedroom fully finished. Okay, then for semi-detaches and fully detached 5-bedroom duplexes in these areas, you're looking to spend about 480 million, 500 million, 600 million, depending on the finish. But you can find them, the least you can find in this area is like 450, 300, 450, 400 million naira for a 5-bedroom standalone duplex. Matter of fact, right now in Gwarimpa, there are lots of their duplexes, 5-bedroom, beautiful standalone 5-bedroom duplexes that even have a penthouse. Some of them have underground apartments that you can get for like 580 million naira. There's another one that's selling for 480 million naira. There's another one selling for 750 million naira in Gwarimpa and Karisana, fully and tastefully finished. Okay, so this is the price you can find in these places. Okay, just in case you're wondering, how about a 2-bedroom flat? I'll just give you a rundown for that. So for a two-bedroom flat, you should budget 45 million to 75 million naira for a 2-bedroom flat in Lube. Then in Gwarimpa, for still the same two-bedroom flat, like I said, you get like 150 million to 190 million. And if you're looking at Meitema, if you are to find a 2-bedroom apartment, you should be looking at spending nothing less than 300 million naira. For 4-bedroom terrace duplexes, this is like a summary. 4-bedroom terrace duplexes in Lube, you're looking to spend 110 million naira, and that's in phase 4, phase 5, and phase 3. Looking to spend 110 million naira, 150 million naira. In other places like Gwarimpa, Jahi, the least you can spend in those areas, like I mentioned earlier, is 350 million naira. So that is it, and this is why actually the prices, just so you know, in Abuja, the prices never go down, the price of houses, except a seller is under distress and actually actively needs money and they want to sell off something, but prices never really go down. It's always on the rise, and this is because construction costs, it never goes down. The price of cement and roads and all of that is always on an upward trajectory, so it never really goes down. And the same thing with rent is never going down. Shortlets are booming in different parts of Abuja. The likes of Wuyewusi, Jahi, Jabi, shortlet prices keep increasing day after day. So if you're a first-time buyer and you're looking for where you want to come in small, maybe you want to relocate or you just want to buy and have something here, you want to come in, you have a budget of between 80 million to 200 million, that you can look at places I mentioned, and places I mentioned like Lube, Kapsana, parts of Gwarimpa. There you can get a 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom apartment. If you have like 210, 250, you can be lucky enough to find a terrace duplex that is fully finished, okay? And if you have more money, you're a high yield investor, and you can actually buy a couple of apartments in Wuye or Jahi. This is where shortlets are thriving, and you can buy a lot of them, and that would really be a good run for your money. So in Abuja, houses don't get cheaper at all. They only get pricier by the day. So if you can afford to invest or buy any in Abuja, the best time to do that is right now. And remember, I talked more about fully finished. The prices I mentioned in this video are for fully finished houses. Semi-finished houses are more affordable, the same as carcass houses or shell houses. These ones are more affordable. So thank you so far for watching. Thank you for being here. If you've not subscribed to my channel, please do well to subscribe, hit the like button, share this video with someone who wants to invest in Abuja so they can have an overview and overall idea of what the cost of houses is like, the price of houses is like in different parts of Abuja. And this will also help you to know when a scam offer is being made to you. For instance, someone tells you, oh, I have this terrace duplex, a 4-bedroom terrace duplex in Meitema. I have it. It's just selling for 250 million naira. you know definitely the person wants to make out with your money, or except it's genuine and under distress, or it's difficult to find that this will give you an idea of what the prices are across Abuja and help you to buy rightly as well, to know when a place is overpriced, and as well the finishing also would help you know if it's a good buy. The aim of this video is to educate you on different prices across the Abuja, not necessarily to make you come buy from me. Of course, I have all of these options available, but it's to make sure that whoever you're going to eventually work with, buy from, that you're making a good buying decision and you're bargaining well, so you can have a good run for your investment or for your money. If you're interested in buildings in Abuja, you can as well reach out to me and I will help you, guide you to get the best right here in Abuja. Thank you so much for watching. If you have questions or reservations or anything, or something you can add to what I've said, the knowledge on this, you can as well drop in the comment section. I'm open to learning and getting better. So just drop it in the comment section and I'll do well to respond. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do that. And you can check out other great content I have here on my channel, and you'll be glad you did. So till I come your way the next time, keep being smart with your investments and smarter with your life. See you in the next one.